presenters are two wonderful folks from Chicago, Charlene and Scott. They're members of our local board of selectors. Charlene McMann is a past Jefferson Award winner. Her husband Scott had cancer, and Charlene is powerful, and he said, go away, and the cancer did. And Scott is a dramatically great lawyer. They're wonderful friends. They head our board in Chicago. Come on up, and thank you.
How do we follow all these magnificent stories? It's just unbelievable, and that's why we're here, because we love the Jefferson Awards. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
And honey, I have to say you look absolutely beautiful tonight.
Okay, he's just saying that so I won't tell any lawyer jokes.
Well, you know, speaking of jokes, I've been working on a couple of blonde jokes that I've perfected.
You're not going with the blonde jokes, okay? We're going to stop on the blonde jokes. The only thing he's ever perfected as a lawyer is he learned how to schmooze everybody. So that's about it.
Well, I think I'm going to do a little schmoozing now, but I have a wonderful subject to talk about, because while he's known more for his two professional sports teams that have delivered 7 world championships to Chicago and its sports fans, and I have to tell you, as a Bulls and a White Sox fan, it's absolutely marvelous. I'm honored to be here tonight along with Charlene to recognize and honor and tell you a little bit more about Jerry Reinsdorf and his philanthropic activities. Through charitables and Chicago White Sox charities, Jerry Reinsdorf has long strived to improve the quality of life for all Chicagoans, and in particular really focusing on creating positive educational and recreational activities for children and young people. And we could spend an hour talking about the fabulous things that Jerry has done, because it happens day in and day out. It impacts people in Chicago, and it really impacts people across the country. He's a man of tremendous integrity, and he finds so many ways to help so many people, and he does it in a quiet way, so you don't hear a lot about it, but the impact of what he does is truly profound. And by using sports to provide an opportunity and training for disadvantaged youth in particular, Jerry has stretched out a hand to help lift up young Chicagoans and Americans. And the video you're about to see will tell you a little bit more.
This year's Jefferson Award for Greatest Public Service Benefiting the Disadvantaged goes to Jerry Reinsdorf. In the city of Chicago, his name is synonymous with sports. The Chicago White Sox, the Chicago Bulls. As the owner of both professional sports franchises, Jerry Reinsdorf is a winner, becoming just the 3rd owner in the history of North American sports to win championships in 2 different sports. But it's his champion caliber work away from sports, helping many causes in the Chicago community, that also makes him a winner in the public service arena. As co-chairman of Major League Baseball's Equal Opportunity Committee, Reinsdorf was instrumental in forming an innovative program to help contribute to the economic growth of diverse communities. Since 1998, that program has resulted in Major League Baseball and its clubs to purchase more than $260 million in goods and services from minority and women-owned businesses. In addition, through both of his professional sports teams' charities, Reinsdorf has donated millions of dollars to needy causes in the Chicago community, from improving the city's parks to providing ongoing annual support to programs such as Special Olympics and Chicago's inner-city Little Leagues. Through his generous donations, all of the city's baseball fields and backstops were rebuilt. Another $1 million contribution resulted in the construction of several new ball fields on Chicago's southwest side. And thanks to funds from his Chicago White Sox charities, 3 fields have been designed and built specifically for children with special needs. And his outreach efforts haven't stopped there. He's played a critical role in the development of Chicago's West Side and helped introduce an innovative reading program to the public schools. For his decades-long commitment to improving the quality of life in Chicago for people of all ages, races, and genders, the Jefferson Awards is proud to pay tribute to Jerry Reinsdorf.
Please join us and welcome Jerry Reinsdorf.
You know, when Sam Beard called me to tell me that I was going to win this award, my first reaction really was I didn't understand why, because I was familiar with the Jefferson Awards and all the wonderful things that people had done who won these awards. And after sitting here tonight and listening to the magnificent things that have been done, I know I was right. I mean, anything I've done just pales in comparison to what I've heard tonight. I'm particularly proud of Adley Stevenson High School, because 3 of my grandchildren attended there, and 1 is going to be a freshman this fall. Hopefully he'll be able to live up to the standards of the students that went before him. It's always nice to be invited to a dinner, because when you own sports teams, sometimes you're popular, sometimes you're not. A couple of years ago, after White Sox and Bulls had a couple of bad years, I drove up to Motel 6 one night and they turned the light off. So it's nice to be having a good year. It's also nice to be here tonight because I don't have to watch the White Sox play. But sports teams take an awful lot out of the community that they play in. Millions of people come to baseball games and basketball games and football games every year, spending discretionary funds, things that they could do other things with, but they come and they support the teams. It's really only appropriate that the teams give back to their fans. Now, there are really 2 ways we can give back. We can give back by winning, which is what most people want, but we could also give back by doing good things for the community. When we won the World Series in 2005, it was an amazing thing. You could have gone to any cemetery the next day and the graves were decorated. People wanted their parents or their grandparents to know. We had a parade. There were 2 million people on the parade route, and there wasn't one incident. And the most touching thing occurred the following spring when a gentleman came up to me and said, "My father died 15 minutes after the last out, and he knew, and he died happy." And that, you know, I got goosebumps that night. But you can't win that often. I mean, 30 years in sports, and we've won 7 World Championships. That means 23 years we didn't. So we have to bring happiness back in another way, and that's why our teams participate in the community as they do. But it's not me. It's the people who work at the White Sox. It's the players for the Bulls. They're the ones that go out into the community. I just sit there and say, lots of luck, go on out and do a great job. They're the ones that really deserve the credit. I'm just sort of the head guy. I also get the blame when they don't hit, so maybe I should get the credit. But they all do it. Our people just love doing the things that they do. The players sometimes are reluctant, but when they get out, when they go to a hospital or they go to a school and they see kids and they see the impact that they have on these kids, they want to come back. They ask us, get me out there more. So it's really a wonderful honor to be able to give back to our community. And so I accept this award, but not for myself, but on behalf of all the Chicago White Sox and all the Chicago Bulls employees and players. Thank you very, very much.